Yes, baby, we are live, baby. Let's do this here real quick. Yes. Yes, we did it. Multi-stream, Fuck, what's going on here? A little bald midget talking in the thing. All right. Let me open up a little bit of a Coca-Cola, man. Cherry. Coca-Cola cherry. Look at this. Pepsi. It's the same thing but different. It's the same thing but different. Yeah. Kano, what's going on, man? Welcome. How are you doing? Lovely. I swear I was watching your last stream and waiting for you to go live. HFG. You're lucky. You're lucky MFer. Look who's live, huh? Why did you stream yesterday? I was waiting. Yeah. Yeah, why? I was busy. Alright, today we're gonna do, actually, today is Golang Day. No Odin. Golang, distributed systems, making the server, well, the whole system, go Zoom. But we also need to do some Hollywood stuff. By the way, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hey, consider subscribing. Join the Discord community if you want to learn about high-speed trading, quant trading. I'm building the Market Monkey terminal. You can join that Discord as well. All links are in the description. And if you want to learn how it's built, well, learn. If you want to see the source code, if you want to join the private community, the insiders of Market Monkey, who are going to have access to the source code, click the link in the description as well, right? Oh, shit, you came back to Golang. No. We have two things. Right? We have an Odin client, an Odin desktop client, and we have a distributed actor server in Golang. You know what I mean? So basically, I implemented the console provider. I'm gonna use console here instead of the stupid zeroconf thingy that I had before. The problem is that I cannot find, if we do make consumer here, I cannot find the store. You see, it's rebooting. So the thing is that if I go to my code here, for example, this order book, what's gonna happen is that we are basically order book. We are doing a bad practice in Hollywood, which is basically hardcoding your pits. That's not good. So we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna actually utilize all the features from Hollywood. Basically, the first thing we need to do is instead, let's do a quick commit here, like a snapshot commit before the stuff. Ah, man, I love to commit whatever I want, man. I love it. How did you pull this project? How did you pull this project? You're a genius. I'm not a genius, man. I'm not a genius. Guys, listen. Just listen to what I say here and there in my streams, and you can do the same thing. It's mindset. Mindset, baby. Okay. Get active by kind. So the thing is that what we want to do in Hollywood. Let me open up GoMod here. First thing I'm going to do is replace NVM Hollywood with. So now I'm going to have my local thing going on. Now we are using local Hollywood, right? So what I'm gonna do with Hollywood real quick is I'm gonna... What's going on here? People are... am I getting robbed live? So get active by kind. Get active by kind returns all the actor pits that are active across the cluster. The thing is that it's gonna be a slice to pointers, and we're returning an empty slice. We don't actually want that. We want to have nil pointers in here. And you're gonna say like, Anthony, you are crazy. No, I am a genius. Like, I'm setting a new meta, and it's genius. Because what's gonna happen is that if this is a nil, it's still gonna be a pointer. A nil pointer. So what does that mean? That means... Yeah, of course, I understand that you wanna watch like these other people coding like an e-commerce website and such. But this is the next level. So if we go to order book, right, and we can actually delete all this stuff. Actually, wait, it can work like this as well. Why is it not saving? It's like, stupid Z, man. VS Code broken, Z broken, all these fucking editors all fucking broken. Broken. That's the only thing that happens. We don't want that. So pits. Now we can safely index this because active by kind will always return 1, even if it's a nil pit. That means that if we send to an actor process ID that is nil, it's going to end up in the dead letter. And that's basically fault tolerance because nothing is gonna panic, nothing is gonna break. It's going to be in the dead letter thingy. And that's what we want. Bro, where do you get the color scheme? It's a thingy. Grubber. Grubber. And the minimal version because we are minimalists. We are minimalist, bro. Do you have experience in quant trading? Yeah, I worked for exchanges and market makers the past 8 years, so yes. And now I'm building the same infrastructure for the retail noobs. So you can actually have the same edge. Because TradingView is not gonna cut it. In Silico Terminal is not gonna cut it, brother. It's not gonna cut it. In Silico is not gonna cut it. It's like you place 1,000 orders and it's like it's screaming and it's lagging, you know? We don't want that. High speed. So I needed to build. Basically nobody wants to do that, so I took it by myself, building it from the ground up, you know? We can come into trouble. Let's actually test this. Undefined act, but why is that a problem, bro? Why is that suddenly a problem? Hey! What is this? Man. Allee, gast! I swear to God, these editors, I had enough actually. I had so much enough. What did we fucking change? Okay. Alright. Okay, it's good for one time, huh? Okay, let's see if it's gonna work. Make consumer, which is gonna be Binance. So it's gonna run. The question what it is. Are we using the correct package? That's a question. Are we using our local thing? That's the thing. Yeah. What I hate about that is this cursor. It needs to disappear. It needs to disappear. Get away. Out of my sight. If somebody knows a setting for that, it would be crazy. Hey man, market money looks amazing. What are you using to store accounts? We don't store anything. Especially not for... we only use public APIs and everything private is directly to exchanges. I don't... we don't store user information. You know what I mean? That's your information. We don't need that. We are safe. You know what I mean? We are safe people. For the traders, baby. EA Sports. For the traders. Market Monkey. For the traders, you know? We don't need to store like 3 commas and store everything on the server and get hacked. You know? It doesn't make any sense. Who's actually gonna run like an RSI indicator bot? I mean, you're gonna be wrecked before you even started. I don't even understand what's going on. Why are people doing that? Join my Discord. The Market Monkey Discord and we can show you how it's done, huh? It feels like LAN bits is gonna be you see that doesn't it's not picking up. It's not picking. How can I fix this? I need to do guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, MacBook. That's not gonna work. 2025, another decent window manager for Mac. Good job. Good Steve Jobs. Okay, then we click like a manual monkey. Here. To be honest, I'm gonna do this. I'm so sorry. Like I'm more of a terminal Vim guy, but I don't know. I just don't want to hassle with my configuration. It's now we gaming, man. What the fuck? This is orange thing. Grubber orange. I cannot even see what this this color scheme, bro. That's what we use, right? How can we test that? wait. Okay, it's like... It's like, it's this thing, right? It gets a response. Okay, makes sense. We're gonna do this. If len response equals 0, return slice actor bit. Res. Yes, man. I'm a genius. Look at this. Make consumer. Okay, I'm not a genius. I'm not a genius. That makes no sense. Can you tell me short how actors work? I have videos about that on my channel, Mr. Gomos is live. How often do you use AI? Not. A lot. But I never used it in an editor. I just talk to AI to give me some things. AI is bad for you, man. It's really bad. It's really bad. It feels like you go fast, but by the end of the day, you're not going fast. Oh, nil, guys. Then, if somebody sees this, like, if you do this on your job, they're gonna say, okay, you're fired. You're fired. But that's not true, because you can explain exactly what you do with these nil thingies. You're gonna be praised like a god. I swear to God. Make consumer. Calculated the price group. Boom. I'm gonna be a beatboxer soon. If coding doesn't... If Market Monkey fails, I'm gonna be a beatboxer, I swear. That is nil. No. Yes. Yes. Well... Yeah. Well, the thing is that you're right, checking this nil, but I actually know that it's not, because you're right. You're hired. You see? Useful feedback. That's what we need. That's what we need. You can directly see the people like, okay, makes sense. Like, some people ask, hey, what is the, why are they using Z? Why are not using Rust? And then you have guys like Dima, you say, okay, listen, Anthony, I know, I love you, but check nil, please. You know what I mean? So these nils are important. Why? Because I'm gonna show you why. Engine. Because here, send. Here. Send. Send here. Send here. Send local here. Get from the registry. Oh, if bit is nil. Return nil. Okay. Return nil. If proc is nil. Send to the dead letter. Beautiful, isn't it? What a mechanic is that? So that basically means that you ask for the kind on the cluster. The cluster is going to return you 10, 2, 4, 5 bits or a nil bit. So you don't need to check it. You can just keep sending. And if it does not exist, it does not really matter because it's ending up into the dead letter. Of course, your system is not going to receive messages, but it's not going to be broken. Your dead letter, you can hook up in the dead letter event and you can do what you want, right? You can do stuff there. You can handle your things there, but your system will keep going, not blocking. Everything is going to be fine. And that's the beauty. And that's what people do not realize. They are stuck with Kubernetes and Nets. Oh, Nets. And a book from, the Golang book here and the Golang book there. And guys, listen. You are living in a world that does not exist, man. Swear to God, this is the thing. Of course, this is very niche, right? Not everybody needs to use actors, right? You know what I mean? Okay, but this does not mean that it works, right? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build in the in the consumer. We're gonna build in. Does somebody know how I can disable this cursor thing? Once I'm typing, this needs to go away in Z. It needs to disappear. If somebody can help me with this setting, amazing. Is this using console? Yes. Yes, we can see, and we're gonna see all the actors showing up in console. Look at this. Local host 8500. You see, console notes. Yeah. The store, you see? The store is live. That's the only one that's live. This is broken. We're gonna fix that. Okay, how can we have a dead letter thingy? I want to see the dead letter. How do we do that? Look at this. Hollywood. Spawn. Funk. Are we gonna get? It's gonna be an event stream, actually, to be honest. Wait a minute. Yeah. There's gonna be a pit. And then... Elaba! Need to go fast because we don't have time. Because I have shit ton of work. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Case. These events, are these pointers? Or these, is some Hollywood expert knows if these are pointers or not? Probably not. Zed is such a bad editor, bro. It looks good on paper, but they use Vim. Hello chat, what's up, Package Mate? Man, I love you so much. This name is crazy. His name is amazing. It's the best name you can have. You should have a website, packagemane.com. That would be crazy if you have that. Man. By the way, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to Package Mane, check out his thing. Go to Package Mane on YouTube. And you find his Golang channel amazing. Amazing channel, almost 10k actually, to be honest. Let us see real quick. Always happy to YouTube Package Mane. Always happy to oh! Look at this! The guy's growing, man. Look at that. 10k subscribers. GG, man. This little motherfucker here is going to... But yeah, that's normal. I mean, Malky is making no programming videos, right? He's like making these... Makes a lot of sense. Doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Package Mane. I'm subscribed. Ring the bell. GG. So we have the spit. So actually what I want to do is... see engine... Event... Subscribe. This bit to the event stream. What does it return? Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Normally we should have our the dead letter should be in here, and you don't see any. And that's good news. You know what I mean? That's actually good news. If there was full of dead letters here right now, we would be in big trouble. Calculate price group, so it's recalculating every 10 seconds. How can I test that my play works? Actor initialize the dead letter handle is GG. Yes, Binance F online, boys. Did you fix the redundancy with Exchange WebSocket streams? No, because I had some friend. His name was Ashton Reef, and he was making a deduper. And then he basically disappeared because he was making like a Russian website. The cool stuff is that I basically called the parents of Ashton Reef and I said I'm gonna adopt him, and they were basically say, okay, it's fine, you can adopt our son. So now he's mine, and I'm so happy that I have an adoption son, going to uni and all that stuff. Your projects are amazing, but your Go course is like shit. It's not true. You know what I mean? My Go course is the best on the planet. You just cannot comprehend it. That's the problem. You cannot comprehend it. It's not about learning Go. Go is easy. You don't need to learn that. It's the mindset. It's the style and the mindset that you need to understand that allowing you to build stuff like this. Right? Because I understand you, right, Mr. CT Chen. I understand you. You wanna be hired, and you wanna learn the best practices, right? You wanna learn all these idioms that are basically in this world, in books, and like specialists that have never ever anything reached in their life, right? They probably never built something. They just write books because they are broke, right? And these idioms you're hoping to learn in my course, right? But that's bullshit. What you need to learn is the way of thinking, the way of being free, program free, right? And you're gonna say like, okay, but I wanna have these best practices in. Yeah, of course, but best practices can only be applied when your solution is being completed. So you're programming completely wrong, right? So what you do, what you think it is because you're young or whatever, you're sitting in some kind of a scuffed corporate company that needs 20 people to build the same thing, that takes them a year. So you're trying to implement the best practices from line number one. Line number one, package main. Package main. And you don't need to believe me because, hey, that's your... If you think my course sucks, that's fine. I respect that because you could be... For you, it could be right? But you expect to implement idioms and patterns and wrappers and yada, 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 yada from point one. But the only thing you are learning is best practices and perfect function names and capitalization and tests and comments. But what you are not learning is how do you need to think to come up with a solution for something. How can you quickly build something from A to Z with only completely isolated from the influence of the world on your own, without AI, without the need to look into what everybody is doing, you. And that's exactly what I'm learning. Because this approach does not only reflects on Go, it reflects on everything in your life. Programming in every single language, right? Building something from scratch in your garage is the same thing. Once you have this from A to Z, then you can start applying the idioms your company wants you to implement, because every company is different, right? You know what I mean? But you need to learn the basics first. You need to learn the setting you free, so you're not basically being blocked by insecurities. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, teaching you best practices. The biggest retard or fool in the world can make a course about that, because you just copy paste some books and these are the best. Arden Labs, for example. This is Arden Labs. Arden Labs. This is basically the thing. They are basically industry the best for Golang, right? Because they lie to you, basically, right? That's what they do. They teach you the PayPal, eBay, Intel idioms, and I'm not gonna say that they are bad, right? I think their courses are pretty good, I think, right? They're doing a good job, but they don't teach you how to program, right? They don't teach you. They teach you the best idioms and yada, 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 yada. But if you put Mr. Arden Labs in front of a blank screen and ask him to build Market Monkey from scratch, he's going to choke. You know what I mean? He's going to choke. That's what's gonna happen, because they don't know, right? And that's basically what I'm teaching you, right? Yes. I'm so sorry, but I needed to explain this real quick, right? And I explicitly I'm hiding my course right now, because I actually don't want people to buy it, because people do not understand it. They come to my course and they think that they're gonna be Mr. Universe, the best Golang developer in the world, and it's not. Yeah, of course not. You know? You need to grind your way. Yeah, actually, what's going on here? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to order book, right? And I'm going to test real quick, and then if this works, everything is gonna work like it should. So rebalance depth. Here, rebalance depth. FMT, println. O, store pit. Nah, that's not gonna work. That's gonna be a nil pit. Okay. Look at this. We're going to start with store. I'm going to delete the store pit. Delete the store pit. Delete everything from store. Do not hardcode your actors. I did some consultancy for a company using hardcoding all the things. That's not what it needs to be. They were still thinking about hooking nats up, and they were trying to hook some orchestrate. No, that's not good. That's the old way of thinking. Here, type stick. So we're gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna actually say C cluster. Shit. O cluster get active by ID by kind. We're gonna get all the stores. These are the pits, and we're just gonna say pits this, pit me this. We don't need to worry. We are 100% sure. This is going to return at least a nil pit, and that's going to end up into that ladder, right? And we can actually confirm this, hopefully, in rebalance depth here. That's every 10 seconds is going to happen that, so we can actually do this real quick, and we could do this, and fmt println the pits. Too fast, too furious. Okay, what do you think, guys? Does that look good? Let's try this. So we need to wait 10 seconds actually. Okay, this is nil. Makes sense. This is nil. So these are all the symbols doing this. Makes no sense. This makes no sense. I'm wrong. That's good. Now we have a starting point to know that our thing is broken. And why does it not come up in the dead letter actually? We need to get some information about the dead letter event. That. How do we write that letter, bro? It's just actor dead letter event, okay. We spawn, we get the spit, we subscribe here. Okay, this is host joint. That's a little bit of the problem, right? I see a lot of stuff. Your approach is the best, zero noise. The problem is that if you make things complicated and you come up with a lot of patterns and you teach people how the patterns work, they're gonna feel happy and they're gonna feel that they basically have paid money for something that's useful. But by the end of the day, they're still completely garbage, right? Because they miss how can I build stuff from scratch? Which is the most important thing, because if you're gonna get hired and you wanna basically be at the top level, that's leather, this is at the top level, they want you to come up with things. They want you to say, okay, man, listen, Thomas, this is what we have. This feature is what we might wanna implement, but we have no fucking clue how to do it. And then it's up to you. And you need to think. So you need to quickly test and try and build stuff and see how it works, right? And you don't need to do that with diagrams and like diagrams and Miro boards, and that's actually so bad, guys. Oh man, it takes too much time, and by the end of the day, after you implemented your diagrams and you're gonna start coding, like, oh shit, we forgot this, and you need to, your whole diagram is broken, you know? I don't understand. Okay, so we do not have the store pit. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it happening? This is what I did this morning, right? This morning I quickly implemented console thingy, and I don't know if it's gonna work. That's why we're gonna test right now. It's very important that we have that. But wait. Maybe it's a wrong pit. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Inshallah. Almost done with the Ramadan, huh? Almost there. Good job, man. Hold on for a couple days, and then you can feast, and you can celebrate with family, man. Enjoy the time. Enjoy it. You made a nice sacrifice. What's his name? Is it Mohammed, right? Mohammed. Mohammed. Mohammed, yeah. You see? If I could, I would basically go to the Islam. But I think my family is gonna kill me, and that's annoying, right? I should actually just do it, to be honest. But my friends are my Islam friends are basically scaring me because they say I need to chop off my dick, the piece of my dick. I said, no man, listen, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you need to. It's part of the religion. I said, man, listen, bro, I'm 38. I'm gonna chop it off. It's good. Wait, I think about the footprint chart style I made with stacked imbalances and pot. Good. You can check that, but then I need to spam. I need to DOS your DMs. Okay, I want to print which fucking member is here. Member. New member in the cluster. This member. Problem is printf percentage plus v, new line, back here. Okay, you see it works, right? So we have this is actor stopped, actor initialized, new member in the cluster. It's the Binance F. And what I think the problem is that it cannot create a correct pit. The idea is Binance F. I wish you the best and hope one day you will follow the truth. It has nothing to do with the truth, in my opinion. It's not about the truth. The thing is that what for me important is what important for me is in a religion is like, I think hope and believing in something for humans is very important, because life sucks, right? Life sucks, and having something, if it's true or not, that's completely out of scope, right? But believing in something and basically getting like this hope and strength out of what you believe in, I think it's really powerful. But if you say you are from religion A, Y, X, Y, or Z, then you also need to be truthful to that and knowledgeable. Why? In what do you believe? Why do you believe it? And if there are some rules and guidelines in your faith, then you need to follow them. Of course, there is always, we are humans, we make mistakes. And the great, whatever there is, they will forgive. But what I have a little problem with, and I do not want to open up the discussion of religion because it's very, very painful. It's very, how do you call it, sensitive. But what I have a problem with is that I am born and raised as a Christian by my parents and yada yada, just because, yeah, I had no choice. I was born, boom. And nobody fucking knows what the hell is going on. They have no clue. I know more about Jesus fucking Christ than my deacon. They don't fucking know what's going on. I don't really. Man, I don't like them. Because they say a lot, but they never know about anything, and they never follow the rules. And it's like, whilst the Islam, that are brothership. You know what I mean? It's like brothers. They believe, they are very knowledgeable. Like, I have a friend, he knows everything about it, and he follows the fucking rules, and he doesn't fucking break them. You know? Like, there's a difference. That's why I'm a walker, not a talker. If you say something, do it. So if you want to believe in something, believe in it truthfully. And that's what I think, or at least here, Christians are a little bit like, I don't know, man. But hey, like, religious is like this very sensible topic. Okay, so what the hell is going on? Okay, so we are trying to get a bit. So this works. We know that. The member is getting added, right? I think. Is that true? Actually, we need to print it out, right? Wait. Maybe it's the actor info that's being distributed is wrong. It's the same thing like marriage, right? If I'm gonna marry with my fiancée. If I marry with somebody, it's to stay married, right? It's to go through all the sacrifices, to all the problems, all the fights, the good and the fucking bad. You know what I mean? If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Forever, you know. And at least teach kids, like in school, like they teach like religion in school, Christian. My kids go to a Christian school because like it's a little bit different in my place. Like there is no. They teach about Jesus fucking Christ, but they teach things that are so fucking not true. Jesus was not like this. He was a rebel, man. Read the fucking Bible. God damn it. So they are teaching these kids wrong things, and then they come home, and then I need to basically re-educate them. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The school system, brother. Godverdomme. It's unbelievable how bad it is. Unbelievable. They are lying. They are telling these things that are not true, man. Shit. Okay, let me see what actor info is. I thought it was going to be a smooth ride, but apparently it's not. Digging myself into a rabbit hole. What is this? Here. No. There are no kinds for store, right? It's just like... Uh, 0.99 for the HFG. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna miss a lot of things, a lot of notifications because I don't have a good system setup. That's a little bit of a problem. Why is the spit null? Let me actually. I think this is going to be fine. There's nothing changed here with zero conf. To be honest, the only problem that I can see is agent. Member join. Let's see if I do get. It's get activated. Is that what we get kinds? What are we calling these? Is this get active by kind? But store is like... What do I miss? What's the difference between... Fuck. What did we do with self-managed provider? Member pinger. Send member to agent. We just send a bunch of members, right? It's just exactly just a bunch of members. That's the only thing we do. That's the only thing we do. I'm gonna check the store logs. It's fine. No ways in me of him. I'm everywhere, baby. I need to switch between two projects, and if I have like two Zs open or two VS Codes open, I need to click with my mouse, and now I can just move like this, you know. Do you ever rest? Yeah, of course. I work less than you. No, I probably work more, but the thing is, of course I rest. I just went to the gym. I spent some time with my fiancée. Sit a little bit in the sun. Played with the dogs. I have rest, you know. I sleep 7 hours a day. It's all about... It's a secret. Shit, man. How can I test this? Works, right? Okay. 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 It's removing. Yes. Yes. Works like a fucking charm. So that works. New vector available. Sol XRP, all these publishers. Cannot find a pit. That's the problem that I am actually having here right now. Why is the music so fucking boring, man? EDM. Yeah, baby. Okay. Yes, this one. Okay, cool. So but this is like A activated. Which makes no sense because it's like... Oh shit. Now we get all these activated here, look, but... I know what it is. I know what it is. The problem is this. Look. Look this. Look at this. I don't make consumer here, right? So now I make store. Why does it not recognize this as an activated? And why does it do with our zero-conf configuration? That's what I'm actually wondering. Makes no sense. Okay. Remember left, I understand. I'm really confused. So what I'm gonna do... Why does it work with our... No, but... That's not what we did? Doesn't really matter, because it's activated, brother. Anthony, shut up. Get active by kinds. Which is gonna be here. But why would that? Why? What it changed? It must be the self-managed that does something. Like, it must send other stuff. Create a new reachable pit for this member. Yeah, but if we spawn that... Okay, I think I know the problem. So... I think the problem is going to be that we spawning this before we are actually hooked up, I think. So we might need to introduce some kind of a waiting mechanism here. Or we need to do like a sleep time, seconds, which is actually not ideal, but times, let's say, let's wait for, I don't know, let's do 4 seconds, and then we... I'm in server. What am I doing here, brother? Store. But it doesn't make any sense. Because... yeah, it makes sense. No, it makes sense because we started. They do their console. Yeah, like Zero Conf would probably be way faster. So they do their mechanism like, hey, where is everybody? And they send thingies and hocus pocus and witchcraft. But we are already spawning. So they cannot know. We cannot reach them yet. So we cannot say, hey, brother, listen, this is happening on the cluster. So what we need to do is do a time, a sleep, to test this, to verify. And then we can actually see if we can sleep.sleep. Welcome to my new language. Godin. I'm gonna make a new language, Godin. Time, seconds, times 5. I know it's a little bit too much, but why not, right? So this is the store, right? Is this correct? Yes. Here is gonna be, what is this? Okay, kill this thing, open up here. Is it that? Yes, that. Make consumer, let's clear the screen. Make consumer is up. Everybody's happy. Nil. Okay, we're trying to dial here. That's good. We can't dial. Yes! Yeah, look at this. The dead letter event. Perfect. So my system is basically working. Nothing is breaking. We are calculating order books. We are trying to save to the store. We could not find a store. Or nil pit play that we did. Basically is now in the dead ladder. For all these symbols. Binance, Solana, yada. Okay. Now we're gonna boot up our store. Make store. Yes! Woo! Yes! Yes, baby! Okay. You see these small victories. That's driving me, man. It's like I'm just getting like a big pile of coke through my nose. Or like a heroin shot. Like, you know what I mean? Just happened to me. Like I could kill a fucking elephant with my bare hand right now. You know what I mean? Problem is, we do a 5-second sleep. But now we know what's going on. Yes. So basically, you see the beauty of this is that we boot our system. Right? We just boot it online. There is no storage actor. And all the others that we're gonna boot right now. They are there. My system is trying to reach it. It cannot. Nothing breaks in my code, right? There is no panic. There is no shenanigans. Everything just runs. The only thing happens is that we got this. Yeah. Everything is being sent to the dead letter, so we can handle that. The moment the store comes up, it's just saving. We're gonna miss data. That's true, but that's not true because the data is in the dead ladder, right? This dead ladder contains this pointer, which is a pointer to the exact thing we are trying to send to the store. So we can save that in some kind of another mechanism and just add them into the store later on if we could not find it. And this is what I call highly fault tolerant available systems. What was the issue with the panic and the consumer? Yeah, like asynchronous storage thingies, but I'm gonna fix it. Well, like bits that are not here, but I'm fixing these things right now on the fly. How can we do this? So the problem is, guys, that how are we going to make sure that we're gonna spawn only if we know that console did his secret handshake? Like, welcome to the Rotary Club. How? Because start is not enough. Start is not enough. I mean, we could actually just sleep for 5 seconds. I don't care. The problem is users of the library, they're going to say, what the hell's going on? They're not going to understand the problem. Well, they're going to understand it after the same time that I understand it right now. Which the problem is that they're going to waste time. And they're going to be salty. And we don't want that, right? Makes sense. I would be salty as well. So we need to fix that. The thing is, there is like no way to be 100% sure that console has did its thing, right? What Z team are you using? This is Grubber. Let me actually open up my team for you. Go PLS. Grubber. Wait. Grubber Darker, the minimal version. If you want to see how the non-minimal... Actually, I think I like the non-minimal maybe. Because it gives me a better... it gives me maybe a better thingy here on the tabs. I like these tabs. Yeah. Grubber. Which is basically kind of the same color theme that Mr. Azozen has. You know? Dopamine rush, yeah, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna keep the thing in here because I wanna boot up the system. I wanna boot up completely Market Monkey with the clients into this cluster thing. That's the goal. So we're gonna keep this 5-second sleep. So we're gonna do that the same thing. We're gonna change that, right? Of course. We're gonna do the same thing with the this is consumer. This is store, right? Yeah. The same thing for the consumer. So happens here, like we already do that. We start here before we spawn these motherfuckers here. Okay, we're gonna paste that in. We're gonna do a sleep here. We're gonna fix a mechanism. I think it's very simple. I think what we could do is have some kind of a channel. We're gonna pass into the console provider here, a channel into the console provider, and we're gonna block to this channel until console is telling me, hey, you're good to go, and then we can spawn the things. I think that's actually the play right now that I already have in my mind, right? But we're gonna see if that's for later. First of all, make it fucking work first. This is not good. I understand. And that's where people freaking out in my courses as well. They are freaking out. It's like, no, this is not good. You are teaching me. No. I'm teaching you to build. Best practices is easy. Go to Google, read a fucking book, and just copy paste what's in the book. You cannot learn the mindset, baby. I'm teaching you the mindset. I know you guys thinking like, man, this guy's wife, poor girl. It's fine. I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed. I'm in this role. I'm in my YouTube role. You know what I mean? Toxic masculinity role. That's not true, guys. I'm not toxic. I'm not toxic. But sometimes I miscommunicate. That's true. I need to learn that. I make mistakes as well. I'm human after all, right? Okay, this is this. We're gonna copy this again and we go to the next one, which is going to be the server. Yes, we have a server as well. Actually, CMD, server. Boom. Look at this. The same shenanigans, the same pattern, place in here. Okay, guys. Moment suprême. Yeah. Yeah, Maman Supreme, I guess. What is this here? Store. Make consumer. Let's take this one. Market. I cannot type. I know, guys. I swear to God, I can't. Make server. Okay. We got 3 members here. Okay. We also have like Bybit and other. We're not gonna spin up these consumers. That's for the Docker, which we're gonna do right after here, fixing our Docker setup. So basically, everything is running here. Does that mean we can actually run the system? Yeah, but we don't have our trades. This thing is broken. No, it's not. It's not broken. It's not broken. We don't have history. Bring me to today, brother. Yes! Yes, baby! Footprints. Boom! And you're gonna say my courses are bad, man? Holy shit! You're gonna say that I'm bad? Reddit! The whole fucking Reddit is telling me that I suck. I do. And I love it. I love to suck, baby. We need to fix this DOM thingy. The DOM is not good enough. Like, let me open up another DOM here. Let me open up the Doge DOM. You see, this is not good enough. Because price stays stationary. People in my community basically gave me some feedback, so I'm gonna fix that. You know, problems here. Dein DOM message, ja? We also have Bybit, baby. But that's not gonna work because we don't have the consumer running. Basically, I have all consumers ready. But the thing is that I also have OKX. It's all in the pipeline. But the problem is I want to first support Bybit, Binance Futures, Binance Coin and Margin thingy, Binance Spot. Because we're also going to implement trading terminal for that, right? That you can trade execute. GG. 1 second. Huh? Where are my fucking heat maps? Ah, hier zijn ze! I got them! I got them motherfuckers, boy. Oh, Bidget, man. I'm not gonna do these things, Bidget and Bitunix. Like, there's so many things, and I need to maintain all these things on my server. But we can later on. If Market Monkey has enough users, if we boot up, join the community, we're gonna make it very big. We're gonna make it amazing, right? And once we have a lot, we're gonna add more and more and more and more. I promise. I swear to God. I swear to God, guys. But you need to give me a little bit of time. We're doing great. We're almost there, right? By the way, join Discord, but the Market Monkey Discord if you want to be in the beta, right? You don't need to pay anything. Beta, you can use the, you can try very soon, very soon. Well, this heat map is actually very simple, right? The heat map is basically this is too much noise, right? You don't wanna heat map this. This is for noobs. You actually want to just like make it like this, so you can actually see trading ranges much easier. And I'm also gonna plot your orders on the heat map as well. So if you trade on the terminal, we're also gonna have indicators. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like I swear to God, it's insane. My vision, what I have been planning, is amazing. I just need to have yeah. Fibonacci. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to add a lot of drawing tools, but a Fibonacci, why not? Because Fibonacci is actually interesting because it's mathematically correct. So there is something very weird with Fibonacci. There is something... Actually, these footprints work here? Yeah, they do. These are footprints on a 1 second chart, bro. Okay. Makes no sense, right? Footprint on a second chart, but it does work, right? They do work. Yeah, so the Fibonacci is pretty interesting, and I'm still figuring out the why it all works. Because so it's crazy, right? So what's going on here? So Fibonacci, wait, how I'm gonna explain this? Well, I'm not gonna explain. I'm not gonna really explain something, but I'm gonna give you my thought process. So if you ask a kid, a child, to draw 8 lines random. So you have a piece of paper, right? You have a piece of paper and you ask a child, I actually need to test that. We need to test that. And you ask it, you give it like a meetlat, basically a linear, how do you call that? Like we call that a meetlat. Wait, to measure, the measure stock. And you let it draw like lines. It can draw 8 lines on a piece of paper. Well, like, I'm explaining it so bad. Yeah, lines is fine. Now you're gonna think. Oh, I hear you. Don't get me wrong. Now you're thinking, what the fuck? Is that true? If you let a child draw 8 random lines, Fibonacci is gonna work? I don't fucking know. I don't think so, actually. But what I just want to say is that if you let a child randomly draw 8 lines and you try to plot a Fibonacci on this, it's probably not gonna work very well. There are always like Fibonacci levels that will match. Right, that's how trading indicators work. That's why the ancient old scam of trading keeps working as still of today, because you can basically modify your chart in such a way it always lines up with your bias. Right? That's why all the noobs get basically convinced to join like trading courses and all that stuff, because you can always line up some indicator, some EMA, some MA. Whatever RSI, Bollinger Band, there's always a setting that lines up, right? So what I want to say is that Fibonacci is probably not going to work with random lines of a child, but where Fibonacci always works is with mathematical for heartbeats, for example. If you, I swear to God, if you take your heartbeat, or if you take your heartbeat, right? You measure your heartbeat. So you're gonna have your heartbeat, right? And if you plot Fibonacci, it's gonna line up. Fibonacci always gonna line up with some interesting stuff. The same thing is, for example, with if you fuel in Formula 1, for example, if you check the graphs of, for example, like tire exhausting, or for example like fuel consumption, and you're gonna have these graphs, you're gonna see Fibonacci lining up with stuff, some levels. And that's why this golden ratio basically works in the world. And I have no clue why, and I cannot comprehend it. I was thinking about this for so many years. I read a lot of stuff and books on it, and I can't fucking comprehend why the golden ratio works in our lives. It works everywhere. Why? That are the things that basically keeps me awake and keeps me thinking. I have no clue why, but it just works. Of course, it's gonna work on a trading chart because these numbers are organically produced by humans and bots and algorithms and by. So I'm actually pretty convinced that if you ask a child to draw like 8 lines on a piece of paper, that Fibonacci will line up with that somehow. But I'm not quite sure. This is actually not confirmed yet. I'm gonna try it when I. So. A ruler, exactly. Renzi, man, what's going on? A ruler, that's what we need, actually. A ruler is the exact thing. Renzi, thank you so much, my man. I love you, brother. Yeah, Fibonacci, very weird stuff. It's a rabbit hole you can actually dive into. And of course, Fibonacci in trading, it's always gonna fucking work because it's Fibonacci, right? And Fibonacci works very well with these produced numbers, right? So, but that gives you also a that's why I want to add Fibonacci ruler, Fibonacci thing in Market Monkey, even though that Market Monkey is not basically a drawing tool, right? It's not like TradingView has this. TradingView has the market basically for that. But the thing is that because Fibonacci is so powerful, the golden ratio is so powerful that it always can help you in, as if it's just to calculate like a risk management system or something, or like a take profit. You have no fucking clue. Like, okay, I need to take I have no idea where I'm gonna do it. You can use some kind of a Fibonacci system to give you an. Because it just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? So, anyway, that's good. Just because it's Fibonacci, just because it's golden ratio, just because everything lines up with it for some fucking reason nobody knows. These things can be handy, right? I think it's also used in some kind of algorithms to basically. It's used in some dollar cost average bots as well, to offload stuff and all that shenanigans, right? But hey, let's not go deeper into that because that's not really my expertise. Okay, so we fixed the whole shebang with console. The question rather is that gonna work with Dogger? Something like, for example, right now I'm going to use AI. Why? Because I have no clue how I can, how to make services wait till console is up and running, baby. You see, that's AI. That's when I use AI. Oh, I'm tired. This is too complex for me. What's that? What is this? Use depends on. Just copy depends on, otherwise it will fuck entire Docker compose. Hey! Waar, hé gast? Stop! I'm reading this. It's still busy actually, okay. My apologizes. It's still busy. Send Fibonacci to Dagestan 3-4 years and forget. Oh man. Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. Yeah. I'm gonna give, guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna give you a good tip. Is basically get the fuck away from Twitter and all social media. I swear to God. What's going on here? I'm stuck. How can you guys use this thing? People making like the craziest. I think people are lying. I really think people are lying, man. On the internet. Like all these things on Twitter and look at that what I built and yeah, I think it's all lying. They're all lying because by the end of the day you see all these things coming but you cannot use it. It's not real. It's not tangible. Right? At a certain point of time you get demotivated by reading all these messages like I made 15k a month and I made this and I'm a millionaire and I have so much MRR and my project has 20,000 users and I this and I that and I vibe coded myself this and vibe coded myself that. But by the end of the day, like, okay, nice. And you think like, I cannot do shit. Like, okay, all these motherfuckers out there, they are successful. And I cannot do shit. It doesn't fucking work all the time. That's gonna be demotivating, right? But I know that the world on social media is fake, right? It's fake. It doesn't exist. Books and all that stuff like Golang courses and all that stuff like programming and here the soy devs on fucking Reddit. You need stay away from that as well. Here boot.dev, the same thing. Like it's all fun and all that stuff, but by the end of the day, if you complete it, well, wow, you can build an URL shortener. Applause. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's depressing, man. Okay, depends on. How do we do this here? Depends on console. Is that what we need? And what does that do then? What does depends on do actually? I don't think we need network mode as host anymore. Terry, is that correct? And I think we can get rid of network mode as host now. Cloud is good. Yeah, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's like, what the hell? That's the last thing now. Okay, so we need to actually... Why do we have a Market Monkey network? I don't want that. Is that what I'm doing? Is that correct? I have no clue. I don't know. Wait, if this depends on store and store depends on console. Guys, I don't know what to do. Hyperliquid. We're not gonna use host because that gives so much problems. I think. Or do we need that? Do we really need that network? I don't think so, right? Bridge and all that stuff. Is that true? Do we need that? I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete it, bro. So if this depends on store, and then store depends on console, we are GG, right? Chat? Is that true? Wait, first of all, let's do this. Let's kill all these bad boy siege. Yes. So now we have nothing running locally, but it works. We can run it out of Docker. That's good. That's what we want. But we also need to run it in Docker, so we can actually do something like Docker PS. Okay, we have console and timescale. That's good. Docker down. I'm gonna do down minus V real quick. I'm gonna compose actually. Compose down minus V because this volume. Let's get them out of here. And then okay, I cannot type clear anymore. Docker compose up build. Wait, it's not gonna work. Why? Because our Go mod is gonna be in conflict, and we have things that are basically committed to market. Oh, so annoying. I swear to God, bro. To market monkey here, right? What I can do is to Hollywood. I'm gonna do a git add, git commit whip, git push origin console provider. This is open source, by the way. So now we need to wait for at least like 2 minutes until we can bust the cache of GitHub and then add it to the Go mod. Copy paste value with the vendor of a mem. No, I'm not gonna do that. But do you want to use Docker? Because we run Docker on the server, you know what I mean? We run Docker on the server, yeah. This moment. Why do you use a different editor, different color scheme every time you check your stream? Well, that's because when I wake up and I want to go to, and I start my day, I spin the wheel, right? I swear to God. So I spin the wheel, I have a wheel, right? And it's divided in some things like VS Code, Vim, Sublime, color team, yada yada, and then I spin the wheel. I spin it, and then it comes, boom, Vim, and that's what I pick for that day. So each day I do the same to make life a little bit less boring, you know. Go get up and TM. Hollywood. Hollywood at console provider. Update, motherfucker. Yes. It's not cached. Sometimes it cannot detect and then you need to wait and it's so annoying. So annoying. This is so slow, man. Is that the network mode is hosted? I just basically dig myself a hole. No, because they expose, right? Why are people making these things overly complicated? Why the fuck are they doing that? It makes no sense. It's only to sell courses and courses and courses to keep people retarded. They make it so complex with network modes. Why? Why in God? It doesn't make any sense. And I have no clue. It's like, why? It's just like, okay, run it in a fucking container and call it a day. Why do I need to say, oh, this port, that port? Just figure it fucking out. Of course, this thing. Can they even find each other? Docker compose, logs, consumer. Let's take consumer by bit or something. By bit minus F. They cannot find each other. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna do it. This is something for Ashton or something, man. Ashton, fucking fix this. If you're watching, fix it. I'm gonna do it. I hate this at the ground of my heart. It's so complex for no fucking reason. For no reason. Really, it is not. And you could say it's skill issues. Yeah, it is skill issues. It makes no sense. It makes no, like, an environment variable. I'm stop using Docker. I swear to God, Docker it's over. I'm never gonna use this again. I just realized that it's way too complex for a simple man like me. It's way too complex. Unnecessarily complex. Unnecessarily complex. Only to pay a bunch of DevOps to sit there configuring that stuff. Why? I could just do like this, like we just did before Docker. Make, and it spins up the binary, and we call it a day. No configuration, no whatever the things is. Of course, the problem, yeah, but we will fix it later on. Okay. Wait, whoa. It's fine. We did what we needed to do. It's good. It worked with network mode host. The thing is, guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you a secret. So, you know Market Monkey? people that have bought Insider Access have access to the source code and they can run it and self-host and all that stuff, right? So you think, and that's the reason why we introduced Docker, right? We introduced Docker because we have all these consumers, Bybit, and all these exchanges and yada, yada, yada. We said, okay, we don't want to, if people want to run it, we don't want to have them to have like 20,000 tabs open for each consumer and all that stuff. And to manage Docker is perfect, right? Makes sense, right? Let us be honest. So we added Docker, and guess what the fuck? Guess what? Everybody has problems with Docker. Everybody. Which is basically made to make life easier for developers, right? So we can all have the same system, and we can boot it up with Compose, and everything gets pulled in, and oi, 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 oi. And everything is fine. Life is good, you know? It's not. Because everybody has problems. Everybody, literally, works on my system, doesn't work on his system. Why? I'm using OrbStack, he's using Docker Desktop. Sounds like the same to me. It's not. Doesn't work. Somebody else on Windows cannot even run it anymore. Like Dirk, he's already, it's over. He doesn't even run it on Docker anymore. It's so much problems, Docker, that I have. And it's only like 4 or 5 services that boots up. Or we have skill issues and we are completely garbage and we should not be allowed to be on the internet. Or there is something really wrong with Docker. And I think more of, it's just like they make things so complex. The same thing like Kubernetes is overly complex and is, in my opinion, just overly complex. Back in the days, Nomad, HashiCorp's Nomad was amazing, right? It was like the lightweight Docker thingy. Now, Nomad is turned into this monstrous Kubernetes clone. The same problems that we want to avoid with Kubernetes brought us to Nomad. And now the only thing Nomad does is suck the dick of corporate giants, like really like, and now they do the same thing, just like Kubernetes. You see, they're all the slaves of the corporates. You know what I mean? And you want to work for a corporate? Man. Yeah, Docker works very well. For example, like these Docker PS for like a time scale or a console, like these things that you don't want to install, it works really nice. You boot that up in a container and it all works. Like Postgres and all this shit. But it's the moment you need to communicate with internal services, like services need to find each other. Then people need to access the server, and it's like everything goes south. Everything goes fucking south. If you not use Docker or Kubernetes, your project is not big enough. That's true. But I'm gonna say, if you not drive an M3 competition, your bank account is not big enough. You know what I mean? It depends. Docker is amazing, but it does fucking work all the time. It's annoying. I swear to God, I can... the previous... My version of the current version that is being published by Market Monkey in the Insiders, I can run that with one click. Make, boom, everything runs. All the systems boot up. Migrations, the whole Bybit, Binance, Hyperledger... Everything fucking works. Except for the other 999 users. 300 now. That we have. It doesn't work. Because they need to set a setting and then this and then that and yada yada, yada yada yada. It's always a problem. Which either is this? Zed. The mid lane assassin. Okay. Guys, I'm so grateful that I can vent against you guys. I'm so grateful that I can do that. I can really vent. I like it. can't type. It's that fucking easy. If you do it yourself, it's easy. We don't have history. I think our volume is broken. Somebody needs to check that because... Grubber. Grubber Darker is a team. I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat chicken. Mansoor is hungry. Inshallah, brother. Mohammed will give you strength. I just want to know if all the data is free from the exchanges. Yes. Yes, baby. Grubber Dorkeer. Works well on Z. Doesn't work that well in Vim. In Vim, the Grubber Darker gives like a... It's like a weird day. Oh, I'm so tired, guys. Woohoo! And the day is not done yet. I need to do a lot of stuff. And then I need to go, yeah. The day is not done yet, brother. That's a little bit annoying, right? Even though that I'm tired, but I think if I eat, I can take a little fresh air. I can go again for an hour or so. It's not gonna be very hard focused work because, but like I said, I need to do a lot of stuff because I'm asking like broker licenses, well, like partnerships with exchanges, right? Bybit, Binance. So we can start trading and get a broker commission and all that stuff. So on that side, we also have having some discussions with firms and all that stuff that see interesting stuff going on here, especially because it's very customizable. Can have a nice filter here. Like, what is this? On the fly. On the fly filter. I don't know. What is his sizes here? That's clear. It's BTC, huh? Let's see 5. 5 BTC. I only want to see 5 BTC traded. Yep. Bing bong. Kan even dock het hier. Dock en dock. Ja, post it. Something is going on with the aggregation here, I see sometimes. But that's on me. That's on me, baby! And this DOM is not good enough. I need to fix, I need to back to the lab. I need to go back to the lab. Simple as it is. Alright, amigos, para cientos para aquí. Gustavo Lima de la transportada la cocaína de la puerta, la corazón de la caliente. Thank you for being here on the stream. I need to go, I need to eat, I need to do some stuff. I also need to pee and yada 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 yada. So guys, like always, thanks for being here on the stream. Much appreciated. And hey, join the Discord community. Join Market Monkey Discord community. You know, I don't need to explain what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, support. Let's make the best community that there is. That's real. You know what I mean? No fake, no bullshit. You do something good, GG. Do something bad, spanky spanky. Okay, thank you so much. Salam alaikum. How do you say that? Like, what's like Görüşürüz in Turkish? Görüşürüz. Görüşürüz.